Hi, I'm Wels President Mark Schrader. Jesus declared the fields ripe for harvest, and yet pointed out the scarcity of workers. That's a truth that's certainly reflected today in Wels, which is why one of our 4 priorities over the next 10 years is producing workers for a growing harvest. Goals under this priority include expanding pathways to gospel ministry, establishing a sustainable strategy for called worker development, and supporting the well-being of called workers. And that's where you come in. Each congregation and school throughout the Synod needs gospel workers. What that looks like, though, can vary from ministry to ministry.
Throughout Wels' 175-year history, a focus of our work together has been training pastors and teachers for public ministry. 30 years ago, a third ministry track was added at Martin Luther College, Wels College of Ministry. Students could now graduate as staff ministers, trained to serve congregations in areas like youth ministry, evangelism, music, and administration. St. John's in Milwaukee has been using a staff minister of music and communication for 9 years, and recently added a second staff minister for school outreach and youth ministry.
We thought, hey, we could call a third pastor, but our need wasn't so much focused necessarily on someone in the pulpit. It was someone who can do a specialized task. We realized quickly, hey, a staff minister could really fit the roles we need.
St. John's is just one church in our synod that is thinking critically about its staffing needs in response to its growing harvest field. This is a key aspect of the calling priority of our synod's new long-range strategic plan, Christ Through Us.
We need to be ready to look at any opportunity that's out there. I think the goal is to try and have as many people as possible prepared for public gospel ministry. And we're at a time where we need to be strategic in looking at how can we do that.
Imagine more pathways being opened for men and women to serve. Flexible training that welcomes more gifts into the harvest field.
Didn't really know there was such thing as a full-time church musician position out there, but I just thought it would be something cool that I could do, something exciting that I could do that would use the gifts that God has given me to be able to serve the church in a unique way.
Very good. Now let's do the verse. We learned this, a little bit of this last week.
But Levi's training was in music, not ministry. So he participated in the Staff Ministry Certification Program through Martin Luther College. St. John's recently also called Kevin Renner, a December 2024 graduate of Martin Luther College's Staff Ministry Program.
Knowing that we've got a staff minister who is focused on the school, a weight is off of my shoulder knowing that, okay, at least the school is covered, and knowing that he's helping the students, he's helping out the staff when my attention has been directed elsewhere.
Envision fully staffed churches and schools, planning expansions that thrive as a steady stream of called workers grounded in confessional Lutheran truth serve with joy and purpose.
We have a wonderful, wonderful team. It's a blessing to be in a group that we trust one another. We pick up where the other one left off. If somebody's having a rough time completing a certain task, there are other people around to help that person.
Imagine a future where men and women eagerly heed the call to ministry, their hearts stirred to carry Christ's gospel to their communities and to all nations.
Look at your gifts, and God can use you. And how can you use those to serve Him full time? It might be the public gospel ministry, and there's a need for you right now, so would you consider it?
We stand at a pivotal moment in our synod's history. Our desire to share God's Word more broadly has to be balanced because of a limited number of full-time gospel workers. Faithful stewardship requires us to act with wisdom and urgency to align plans for ministry growth with plans for a sustainable workforce. This is something that each area of Wels must wrestle with. It's also something for each congregation and school to consider, as well as each member. Remember, the work of the church is Christ's alone, and yet He works through you.